Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to wherever you are around the world. I hope everyone's having a good day. Welcome back to Trucking Diaries episode 2. This is part 7 and the final part of this multi-part episode where we're talking everything Star Wars Celebrations from early April. And it's taken from the Twitch stream that was just after Star Wars Celebrations between me and Joe while playing Euro Truck Simulator 2. So I hope you enjoy. And because of all the hang-up, I was kind of brainstorming potentially what to cosplay the next celebration. You know, I've got a few years to think about it, you know.
Yeah, well, I'm honestly going to spend time working on cosplays. I mean, I've talked about the Mando armor I've got. And I mean, if it's going to be a few years until the next celebration, I can probably get it done in that time. Doing the Clone Trooper armor is something I'd certainly like to do. I'd like to cosplay as the character that I've created in the unit.
Yeah.
But my god, that's going to be expensive. Because I can find the 3D print files, and they're a reasonable price, so that's not an issue. But it's actually getting it printed. That's going to cost me an arm and a leg. What are you giggling at?
What Jay's just put in chat. Paint yourself chrome and you're done.
Oh, for God's sake. I'm not Captain Phasma.
He's talking about me.
Oh, are you going to cosplay as the protocol droid in episode 1 on the trade fed ship? Just walking with a tray.
I was looking at the celebration, and I obviously I've been to something like EJX, and I'm like,
yeah.
Do I really want to go in something that could be potentially really uncomfortable, or do I want to go into cosplay that's doable but kind of a bit more practical? That's my kind of thought process.
Yeah, so, I mean, my experience and sort of reading stuff online, because obviously that's something I'm having to think about with doing a clone trooper, and I've wanted to do a stormtrooper for a while as well.
Yeah, because Mando armor, clone trooper armor, yeah, I can imagine it's a little
all
bit,
the same.
A little bit.
One of the things you want to do is you want to work fans into your helmet. So you can get little fans that will run off like a 9-volt battery, and obviously you can tuck that away at the back of the helmet. There's plenty of room there. Or like between the padding or whatever, you know, there's ways to do it, and that's what a lot of people do. Obviously that keeps it circulating, keeps it flowing, and keeps you cooler. Obviously you want to take lots of water. Take plenty of, like, try and drink plenty of water throughout the day, because you're gonna sweat it out. You don't want to dehydrate yourself. And then the other thing, of course, it gets hot and sweaty inside, because obviously just because of so many people in there. But I mean, I've only really done the Excel Centre for the conventions that I've done, but there's a nice area outside where you can just go and stand out there.
Yeah.
And people tend to move out there anyway and do photo shoots and stuff out there anyway, so you can still mingle with people. It still feels like you're a part of it, but it's always going to be cooler outside than it is inside.
Yeah.
So you get that time where you can just go out, take a breather, maybe take the helmet off so you can get a little bit more fresh air than what the fans will provide you. And yeah, just take regular breaks. That's the way to do it. You kind of have to break the day up when you're wearing something like that. And then I guess a little bit of it is just toughing it out. You go, I've got to suck it up. This is what I want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I was having this conversation with Tom, and he was saying if we two were going, because we would probably go together down.
Yeah.
Maybe just have a couple of cosplays with us.
Yeah.
You know, have something like maybe Mandalorian or Clone Trooper armor or whatever, and then have something a bit more comfortable like Jedi robes or whatever, you know, because that's a lot more practical, isn't it, and a lot more comfortable than...
Yeah, so the Jedi is what I have and tend to wear.
Yeah.
Although, again, that gets quite warm. I get quite sweaty after a couple of hours. So again, just stepping outside, getting some fresh air, cooling down a little bit, and then going back to it just helps. Again, I mean, it's the same with anything that you're going to wear. Drink plenty of water. You will sweat it out. You know, whether that's from the excitement or the heat of having, you know, thousands of people around you, and like you're going to sweat it out. The last thing you want to do is dehydrate yourself.
Yeah. I mean...
But yeah, I mean, there's plenty of soft costumes that you can do.
Yeah,
like,
I mean,
I've thought of doing an Imperial officer.
I mean, yeah, there's plenty of ideas that I've thought of, both kind of more armory and, well, a bit of both, because there's the likes of Agent Callus, there's
yes.
Kanan Jarrus as well.
Yeah,
I even thought about, you know, Agent Callus, but you know in his when he's in his rebellion outfit. I was also thinking of Cal Kestis as well. Obviously,
that'd be quite cool.
I'm not ginger, but I don't care. So that's a possibility. And I thought, do you know what? Loads of people do gender reverse stuff. So Captain Phasma is another one.
Yeah, I mean that's quite a simple one to do because it's very gender neutral, isn't it?
Yeah, and I thought also Thingamby Versio as well from Star Wars Battlefront 2. That's quite, if I go in her armor, it's quite, again, it's gender neutral as well, because as you probably know, I'm more of a light side guy, but there are some villains that I like. I like, in terms of villains, I like Trilla, I like Versio, I like Agent Callus, because I think they are good villains. They're not exactly proper full evil, but yeah. You know what I mean. Because I mean,
the dark side just looks good.
Someone said on a panel that the dark side has a better costume palette and everything, and I 100% kind of agree. But some of the stuff in the Rebel Alliance is pretty cool as well.
Darth Maul is a super easy costume to pull off. You just need a good makeup artist. Yeah, but again, the downside to that range is you've got to be in that face paint all day. That's a lot. You're not letting your skin breathe. That is going to...
Do you know what? I would love to go as Cal Kestis with a Merrin partner. Oh, yes.
That'd be very cool.
That'd
be very, very cool. You just need a good makeup artist. I did it Games Con, although it was just a femme twisted version. Yeah, I mean, you can do it. Don't get me wrong, you can do it. But I think, personally, I think I would suffer. I don't do very well in the heat, so yeah, taking regular breaks is something that I do a lot.
But yeah, some of the other ideas I had was which are more armor based, which is dependent on what Tom was actually doing, because Tom said he might do Cody, and I said, well, I might do Rex, because those two go together, and I also said I might even go Kenobi if he goes Cody, because again that works so well.
Yeah.
Because I've actually cosplayed as Kenobi before when I was at primary school for World Book Day, because I have an Obi-Wan Kenobi book. So I managed to get, that was a bit of a loophole that I went through. So I went in some robes and my lightsaber. So when I was at primary school, I was a little Obi-Wan Kenobi, and that's the last time I actually cosplayed probably anything, probably. So yeah. It's more of a drag from the past, but also something that, I've done before, and is one of my favourite characters as Obi-Wan anyway. So,
I mean, if you guys did Cody and Rex, my Jedi costume is very much Obi-Wan Kenobi inspired. So it's his boots, it's his belt that I've got. Yeah. I have got his lightsaber, although I'm looking to upgrade that maybe soon. Maybe not soon, it'll be expensive. But anyways, I'm looking to upgrade that.
Yeah.
So I would definitely do that with you. That would be quality.
Yeah. As I said, I'm just kind of thinking of ideas. I know it's obviously a long way away, but it's still kind of cool to think about what I could do. What would be... Yeah. What colour saber would you go for? Well, I mean, if I was going just as Obi-Wan, I would obviously try and go as much as Obi-Wan's blue as possible. But if I actually had a choice for me, as in my own saber, see, blue's my favourite colour, but to me, blue's too common. It's too common. Everyone has blue. Do you know what? I love Ahsoka's white lightsabers, but I also like the yellow Jedi Temple lightsabers as well. I like those colours.
Oh yeah.
I'm not, that's probably what I would go for. Either a white or a yellow. Yellow's not even my favourite colour, but I'll still go for the yellow because it looks cool and it's different. Because, yeah.
See, I like the old descriptions of the like the saber colours and their meanings. I don't like what they've changed it to in the new canon. I think it's too simplistic. But in the old canon, blue was the warriors, so those that focused on their lightsaber combat skills. Green was those that were more attuned to the Force. Or not necessarily attuned, but those that focus more on their skills in the Force and stuff. Yellow was for the Sentinels, but also for those that utilised the Force in ways that were more practical. So rather than focusing on being able to push things and things like that, they would use the Force to help them in, say, slicing or droid repair or something like that. Something that's a bit more of a focus skill, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So I quite like that, and that the red lightsaber crystal was, I think that was one that they had corrupted, if I remember right. Purple was for those that kind of danced with the dark side. You know, they used some of that power and that strength, but they didn't let it corrupt them.
Yeah.
Which was why it was so rare. But I like those descriptions. What I would be, though, I have absolutely no idea.
But if there was one lightsaber hilt that I'd probably get, it is Satel Shan's one, which is she is from, obviously, for people that don't know, is from the Old Republic, because I love those cinematics to pieces. I don't particularly like the game because it's an MMO, and I don't particularly like MMOs as a video game. But I do. Okay. I like that era of the Old Republic, and I love the inscription and well, it's a double bladed blue lightsaber. How cool is that? You know.
Oh, we didn't talk about the Fallen Order. The Survivor trailer. They released a Survivor trailer on Sunday, I think it was.
So this was part of the live stage, so this was something that I watched live.
I was there.
As it happens.
I was there. I was standing at the live stage watching it.
Do you know what? Every time I saw a crowd out, I was like, I in my back of my mind, I was like, I wonder if Joe's in that crowd. Next panel or next bit. I wonder if Joe's in this. Because obviously, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to spot you unless the camera was really on you.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't have spotted me anyway. I was I never got far enough forwards to be in front of the cameras.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, I think they blur out most of the crowd anyway, but you'd never be able to pick someone out in all of that.
Yeah.
No way.
I love how the director from Respawn basically said everything in the trailer is something that you can experience in game.
Yeah, I need to finish Fallen Order again, because Survivor is going to be such a good game.
Oh yeah, it's made me even more hyped. And long live the ponchos.
No, I don't like the poncho.
Cameron was so funny, wasn't he? He was so funny.
I didn't see him. I just saw the trailer.
Oh, so you weren't there for the live stage thing where he came on and everything?
No.
He was funny because he kept bringing up the ponchos.
Really?
There is the
I did see a clip of him throwing a poncho into the crowd.
Yeah, we're now into the danger zone of a little bit of a sketchy topic now, because the guy that came, Jay's put in chat, oh no, abort. He knows exactly what I'm about to mention. The guy that had the poncho, he's a bit dodgy, I'd say.
Oh really?
He's come over from the Doctor Who fandom. He was atted from the Doctor Who fandom. He's switched fandoms over to here, to us Star Wars fans. I don't know if you've heard about him.
I don't think
he's
so.
called
No.
Kai Kestis now on Insta and stuff. Because I messaged Jay yesterday about it because I only saw it on Twitter the other day that some of the Doctor Who fans have said be careful about him.
Oh
because,
God.
Some things he has been accused of, let's say, and he has Cameron's poncho, which is a bit of a.
Oh.
Yeah, he's.
Oh dear.
I will go.
I mean, obviously not Cameron's fault.
No,
how was he supposed to know that?
Here's the thing: half the Star Wars community didn't know until maybe yesterday or even a few days ago, when a Doctor Who fan said, "Be careful about this person. Don't give him support."
Guys.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So, it's unfortunate because he had a very good Cal Kestis cosplay, as did his girlfriend had a very good Merrin cosplay.
Yeah.
I love seeing a good Merrin cosplay. I don't know why, they just look so nice and so adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.